Hey there, I'm Nicholas. Today we're doing a sketchbook tour in my Moleskine. I just recently finished it and I made a video. The last video I posted, go check it out if you want to see the last page and how it was made. But you're also going to see it in this video when we go through the tour. But yeah, I'm really excited about how this sketchbook turned out. I put a lot of time and effort into it, and I hope you enjoy it. So without further ado, let's go to the sketchbook. Let's go. Okay, that's stupid. Come on, let's go. All right, so here's my latest finished sketchbook. Let's just jump into it, okay? So this first page, I got some new acrylic markers. You've probably seen some of the other YouTubers do videos on this if you're into acrylic markers, but I got the Arctics acrylic marker set. I actually have the pink set as well because I wanted to get more colors because these are actually really great. I like these a lot. I recommend them, but this isn't a video reviewing these. Maybe I should review them in another video, but yeah, this is what I was doing these swatches for on the first page. And it's always the color is always like a little bit different than the sticker or the color that's on the marker, so it's good to swatch things out. And yeah, this is a great start. This is a surrealism type sketch drawing, probably more a drawing than a sketch, of the weird cosmic beings that I draw all the time, and this is no exception. I was kind of thinking this would be cool to do like a larger graphite version of this. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, in this page, I'm going full ham with the acrylic markers. I believe this one I use Posca. I hadn't discovered Arctics yet, but I also use regular acrylic paint. I don't remember if it was golden or Liquitex. It doesn't really matter. Paint is paint. You could achieve this with a lot of different types of paint, but this character right here was for a video game I was working on in the early 2020s that unfortunately, I don't know what happened to it. I got laid off from that job. That's for another time, but basically the game was not, we ran out of money is basically what happened. But this was like a upgraded version of a creature that I was designing. Yeah, I thought it was really cool. But you'll see some more sketches of the other versions of this. And then this was a quick study with Posca pens and Posca, like I mentioned, that's acrylic markers. I was kind of doing a little muscle study and bounce light, the pink being the bounce light that is shooting up on the arms, shadows. And if you don't know what bounce light is, I highly recommend you learn how bounce light works, because that makes a huge difference, because this has some bounce light on it, like on the feet. It's something that gives things gives them a lot of life, so you want to learn how to do that. Okay, little rock form study. I was really getting into the concept art I was working on, and so I was kind of doing these studies of making stones and rock formations, and that's what you do when you need to learn how to do something, is do a bunch of studies and mess around. Little pillar made of eyeballs. Let's zoom in a little bit. Got a whole bunch of different eyeballs on this little pillar, and some angelic type figure. Yeah, finish some more eyeballs at the bottom. It's fun to draw eyes. I don't know if you draw tons of them. I'm pretty sure a lot of artists draw eyes, but yeah, I like to do it. I am no exception. Eyes are fun to draw, and once you learn how they work, it's pretty easy to draw. Yeah, just some of these are concept art, silhouettes or profiles, not really silhouettes, like the shape of like these knights. The game that I was working on, it was like a fantasy sci-fi game, and the main characters are animals. So yeah, I was making a helmet for an alligator. So that character was a night alligator. So these helmets needed to kind of fit its long snout. Yeah, those were early sketches. Another Posca drawing, painting, and this is kind of like a god or something like that. Whatever. I'm not sure. Just sketching. It's a sketchbook. I don't need to explain everything. Lots of little detailed blobs. The Ets, if you've watched any of my other videos, those are the ethereal Enigma tech. And there'll be lots of those in this sketchbook, so get used to it. And little portraits from imagination of people I don't know. Just making up characters, practicing feet. I've joked in other videos I draw a lot of feet. And it's not because I really like feet or anything. It's just because I'm trying to get better at them, because it's one of those things I struggle with. I have a hard time drawing feet. Anyways, enough of that page. Some more faces from imagination. Not that one. That one's my daughter. Did a little drawing of her, a little doodle sketch. Little action pose. And this character is little drawing rendering of another character that I was making for that video game I mentioned. It was called Strange Clan, and this character is like half hyena, half crow or vulture. And I believe it was vulture. It was vulture. And yeah, he has like this ethereal type head. And the eyes, even if you're looking at him from the back of the head, you'd still see the eyes. Or if you're looking at the side of the head, you'd still see the eyes. You could always see the eyes, and that was going to be a cool game feature. They're always watching you. But yeah, I like how that drawing turned out. And yeah, here's this. I think they're called gourds or mords, or no, those are called mords. I made another creature called Gromord, and I don't remember the name of the other one. But anyways, yeah, these are some early sketches I had of that Mord character. So these smaller ones, they're kind of like piranha lizard fish hybrid things, and they would evolve into these bigger brutish creatures later on in the game. But yeah, starting to do practice of a gorilla. There's a better sketch later on that you'll see, and yeah, just sketching out ideas for creatures in this video game that I was working on, doing some lion doodles. I was like, what if I merged lions with gorillas? And that's how I got to another creature, which this is an early sketch of that creature called the Gromord. And yeah, here's the gorilla drawing that I did. I used a reference photo. Just wanted to do a rendering, get familiar with its anatomy, and then came up with the lion/gorilla creature called the Gromord, and it developed more from this. And yeah, maybe I'll show it on screen. Maybe I won't. But let me move the lighting a little bit so it's not as reflective. Pencil's kind of hard to film because it's got so much shininess to it. All right, next page. Here's some, so before this video game, I did not draw anthropomorphic animals. I was never really into that, but that's kind of just how this video game developed and grew into this idea. And it started off as actually an NFT collection, and we're going to use the funds from the NFT collection to make the video game, because we were thinking, people love animals, people love any anthropomorphized animals, so we're like, let's make an NFT based on that. And that was experience and a video for another day. But yeah, these are red panda ideas for characters, a platypus fighter, kind of playing around with this ancient design on his bill. A sketch of a drum set for some reason. I'm not sure. I like to draw random things in my sketchbook on random pages. Playing around with Posca pins. I don't like really how this one turned out. It's okay. But I was very early working on a villain for the video game / NFT project. And yeah, I didn't really like that one. This one was kind of cool, like a lion type hero. Using pink as like my base sketch, like shadow layer. Another doodle of that. Same lion character, maybe a little more humanized. And yeah, I was drawing a lot of red pandas because I thought red pandas were a lot of fun, and I made some red pandas for the NFT collection. And that could be like a hero character in the game. and then I also considered, hey, why don't, since we're kind of going away from the red panda main character, why don't I make like a children's book about this red panda knight? He's pretty cute. I like his vibe. And finish colored pencil drawing. As I was working on the sketchbook, I really got a handle on bounce, light, and shadow, and I was getting a lot more comfortable with it and experience with it because I had to for the job. And at the time, I was not only doing concept art, but I was also creative directing the game. And yeah, I had an awesome team. They were putting out some really cool work, and it's a shame it had to be put on ice. And it'll probably stay on ice forever. I'm not hopeful that it'll come back. More sketches. And if you haven't seen any of my other videos, I do a lot of these weird cosmic beings that I call watchers. And you'll see it as we go through the sketchbook. You're going to see a lot of them, so get used to it. But yeah, they're like these floating angels or fallen angels that are made up of all these different like shapes that I call ethereal enigma tech, which I alluded to earlier. Kind of like these blobby things, and I've been making a lot of artwork based on those for a very long time. Some more sketches for Strange Clan, the video game, some random portraits. Got this new ballpoint pen, and I was just playing around, and something I didn't like all the drawings, but then I kind of drew all these other eyes in, and I was like, this actually looks kind of cool. And yeah, one thing about sketchbooks that are great is you can take any ideas from this stuff and turn it into like a finished piece of artwork. I recently finished a drawing that was based on this sketch, and then I'm actually currently working on another drawing that is based on this quick rough sketch. Yeah, nothing else to say about that page. Little notes about something I was going to make an art piece about, and another watcher. This one's got more of a body and a stone heart, and some character concepts for a comic book I was potentially going to work on, and some character art, or some just random heads and eyes. Some of it's related to this. There's some more watchers. You're going to see a lot of them, I swear. And a hand waving at one of the watchers. This has some more concept art for the video game, kind of an underground area with kind of a unique rock structure and formation, and some fungi that you would find inside the caves. This is kind of an early sketch of one of the main story characters that I did. A minecart concept that I was working on for the game. More of these watchers. This one's very Mobius inspired. I've mentioned in many videos I love Mobius. You should check out his work if you haven't, because what are you doing if you have it? It's like the best stuff out there. Potential like home or what the environment looks like in the villains were called Darklings, and that would be kind of like a little rock formation in their areas that you encounter them. Another cute little red panda. Okay, another Watcher here, some more Watcher stuff, and I'm probably just going to stop saying Watcher and just show you my drawings because it's probably going to get on everybody's nerves. Little outfit for my little sci-fi story that I've been working on for a long time in world building. Random tech blob sketches done with these brush pens that I really like. Here, I'll show you. Done with these zebra brush pens that are these are sweet. I love these things. You can get really fine lines and push hard, and then you can get some really nice thick lines. It's got a pretty fine tip, so you can be pretty exact with it. It's very nice for mark making. Okay, more drawings. I love sci-fi blobs. That's like something I love to draw, and so this is not an exception. I might turn this one into a drawing. It's kind of like a praying like stone creature. Just practicing light and shadow with a pencil. This is graphite. Yeah, just some ideas, concepts. Crazy blob suit. Kind of dematerializing and rematerializing hand. Just fun sketches. Some weird cosmic being poster design that I was could still make. And yeah, here, this is probably where you start to see a lot more of the Watchers. And you're like, I've already seen a ton of them. Well, you're about to see a ton of them, so there's like way more. This guy's body is made up of a face. There's a face right there, so it's like multiple Watchers made into one. Yeah, I like some of these designs. I like drawing hands with. They're like controlling stars. Okay, this is a little bit of a change up. This one's done with honestly, I think it's either gouache or acrylic. I want to say acrylic. I'm pretty sure acrylic, but I could be wrong. But I don't want to wet it to see which one it is. Just random ideas, trippy stuff. See, I told you. Let's zoom in a little bit and see what's going on here. Yeah, there's lots of little guys. See, this all could be turned into artwork. So I've got lots of artwork for days to be working with if I want to paint or draw. Sketchbooks are really useful for that. So if you're not using a sketchbook, what are you doing? Get your ideas in there. I have a painting series that's called Headdress, and this is kind of in that style. It's usually a woman's head, and they've got these blobby, surreal headdresses that they're wearing. A lot of them are very colorful and kind of tropical. Here I was like concepting this cosmic suit that looks like that's made of those little cosmic space blobs that I've talked about again and again and again. And here I'm playing around with those Arctics acrylic markers, and yeah, they're a lot of fun. And they're a lot cheaper than Posca, which is really nice. And then they come with a lot of colors. there's way more variety of color than the Poscas have. So if you haven't played around with them, you're sleeping on it, because these are really good. I highly recommend them. So I'm playing around with my logo, see how it would look if I painted it. Some random, looks like some cosmic typography or something like that. Just playing around with paint. Little fun tree. I don't know. I guess I don't have to describe everything. Traveler on an adventure. This was a character I was working on for that comic I was mentioning that involves all these like cosmic characters. Celestial, I just say all those things over and over again. I know. But yeah, trying to come up with something original and unique. More character ideas. A female character. Paint studies of like a moon or an asteroid or something. This one's got like 3 or 4 different, I think 1, 2, 3, 4 different heads. Very blobby body. Here I'm like starting to experiment with multiple fingers. I'm like, what if these cosmic beings, which I like to say they're like, I don't know if you're familiar with the term Nephilim in the Bible, but there's giants that were bred from human/angel hybrids, and I think I heard somewhere that they're known to have like multiple, like more than 5 fingers. So I was like, oh, what if I push that to the limit and just draw like a hand with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fingers. This one's like 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 9, 10 fingers, 8 fingers. You get the idea. So just playing with that anatomy, thinking that guy has 6 eyes, all stacked, long, elongated eyes, 1 eye. I don't know why this one kind of looks like a puppy or something like that. I don't know why. That one ugly duckling in the sketchbook where I painted over it and drew this little doodle, and it's way better than it was. For some reason, it always happens. You end up getting this page and you're like, man, I hate this page. I need to fix it. Like, I was really happy with all the other pages, and it's like, I gotta cover this ugly thing up. This one's a little scene of like a spaceship lab. Got like test tubes and incubator, and I don't know what that thing would do, but like monitoring screens, all sorts of stuff. Just playing around with the concept, because if you need to get better at something, you try it out. And that was I didn't do too much environment, but I was starting to do more environments with my concept art practice. There's this elongated guy, but he's painted. Some more painted blobs. Lots of blobs. Blobbity blob blob blob. These are fun. These are like these fun like fantasy machines that who knows what they do. Love drawing detail. Yeah, a little robot character. It's got like a little keyboard up top and can chat with you. Organic and mechanical, industrial, very Mobius inspired. Guy sitting naked in his seat, having in his dream machine or something like that. I don't know. Just ideas, man. Just ideas. This woman hooked up to a machine. Another cosmic character. Watcher. Cool wearing technology, cyborg. Let's see. Yeah, more fun machines. Drawing kind of robotics. My son snuck into my little studio and got a hold of this sketchbook. He drew over on this side and I was able to like erase most of it. You can kind of see some of the lines. And then he scribbled all over this page. And I was like, I kind of like it. It kind of is, I like the madness of it on this side, even though I really like this drawing. I was a little bummed out that this was the page he decided to draw on, but you know, at least I was able to erase a lot of it, and you still get the gist of what I drew on. And my he's 2 when he did this, so it's not like he's an older kid and he was being vindictive or anything like that. He didn't know any better. But yeah. Another character concept has like the head is part of this is a mouth for this character. This is like his eyes, and yeah, you can see some teeth. Little Posca or Artix paintings. This one I really want to turn into a painting or something like that, like a large one. And I have this idea of characters in my comic and my artwork. They hold the Watchers inside of like these helmets that they wear, or they could be on their backpack or something like that. So he's got this like cool machine that he's having like a surreal dream experience with. More concepts. Spacesuit. Very reminiscent of StarCraft. This character I made like a short little comic page about, and you can shoot like energy out of his eyeball hand. There's his head cut off because I can. He's got 7 fingers. Mobius inspired all the way. Practicing some graffiti. I was referencing this graffiti artist named Lobster. I think it's Lobster Robin. I don't remember. He's got a YouTube channel, but check him out. He's Lobster Robin, I think is his name. I like how he put little specks of black in his graffiti and kind of gives it this nice texture. Lots of color. This idea is like one of these cosmic beings being like diced in half and spread out, and you can see like his ribs and his spirit man coming out. Floral type blobs, because I was like, what if I do like blobby flowers or something like that? Maybe that would be accessible to a lot of people to buy my paintings. I don't know. Little hand and eye. Little stippling practice here. Love a good stipple. Larger scale watcher. I had to like the close, minimize, and expand buttons for some reason. Yeah, not too much to say about that. Cosmic thread of blobs. Cosmic! Big giant hand and a very elongated blobby head. That's kind of very Salvador Dali-esque, I think. Alien concept. Main character for my comic, but he's like wearing all this gear. He's usually more simply dressed, like a hood and flowy outfit, but just trying some things out. Drawing some gears and gadgets. I love this drawing. I love yeah, it'd probably be impossible to move in this outfit, but it looks cool. And sometimes it's just fun to draw cool things that wouldn't actually work or function well. This one I was trying to draw a character that had arms, well, the forearms split. He has like multiple arms on each one. I think he's got like multiple joints, like 2 elbows. So he's got 1 bicep here, 1 bicep there, and then a head in the back and the front. Just trying to push human anatomy in strange ways. I think I drew him. Yeah, I tried to do that with his legs too, where he has legs that go back. Doing some robot sketches from a book that I got. Because I love robots, but they're hard to draw, so I've just been trying to learn how to draw them better. Painting. There's another one of those helmets that would have like a watcher stored inside, and more watchers, and just random stuff. Cute little guy right there. More ideas, more and more ideas. Long fingers. Look at the long spider-like fingers that I made. Those are creepy and cool. I think it's a cool idea. More than 5 fingers there. That one's 6 fingers. I think most of the drawings in here are not 5-fingered hands. Okay, and I think we're getting close to the end. Some depressed Nephilim. Look at how many fingers are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That looks pretty crazy. Yeah, I wanted to show anguish, but with like a ton of fingers on it. That guy's throwing up a star or something like that. That guy's having a star heart attack or something. Dude, look at all those fingers. I'm pushing those fingers to the max. Just trying to come up with concepts of what angels look like. I'll have a YouTube video with this page, so you can check that out if you want and see me drawing them. But yeah, it's been a while. We're almost to the end. Cool. I did some shorts on these videos, so you should check those out. Just more tech. Just more blobby tech. It's fun to draw. Look at that watcher there. He's got a watcher there too. It's tricky to draw, but it's fun and it looks cool. Lamy fountain pen. I was trying out a new pen. This one's done in acrylic gouache. Random. Big old cosmic being with big old hands and big old feet. And then one of the last pages, he's got like these, he's got multiple pupils, irises in his eye. He's writing in some angelic language. And his watcher is watching him work on that. I think I have a video of this one too on my YouTube. I can't remember. Check it out. I got lots of videos. And yeah, here is the last picture. I thought I'd do a painting for the last page. And yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out. So, yeah. Hey. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a blessed day. If you have any questions about anything that I drew in here, what I used, anything you'd like to see in the near future, leave a comment. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support means so much to me. Yeah, I'm trying to do this more often again. I miss posting, and hopefully y'all really enjoyed this sketchbook as much as I enjoyed making it. So, Bye. Thank you for watching. Bye.